I diversify within the same space. Where now my dairy farm is, I think I've shown people, it was previously a coffee and banana plantation. So how does the establishment of a dairy farm takes me back to zero? When it's the same land, because as an economist, I've always known that land is a fixed asset and fixed in supply. The demand-supply curve is fixed, but I've always known that the land, though fixed, has many alternative uses. If your land, spread your risks on your 10 acres, get some goats on one side, get a banana plantation on one side, get some food crop on another side is, to me, my diversification today, as per my example, is that I have diversified within agriculture. I have not bought a single acre of land, I think in the last 5 or 6 years. I reached a point that this land that I have is enough. And it is now my time for these people profit-taking or companies. It is now my time to start getting the cash out of my assets. So I diversified by using the same resources that I had, but spreading them differently. Take, for instance, the money that bought the cows and setting up the dairy farm came from the sale of trees during COVID. So how can you suffer the risk when setting up the dairy farm, I did not go for a bank loan. I did not go for an actuarist like him to carry out a study for me, but instead I used the same resources that I had to diversify. People could copy Kakiika's model. Diversify within the space that you have. When I cut the trees, a forest, I replant the forest by also planting in maize, which allows me now, I'm a corn dealer. I sell a lot of maize, but I also make the cow fodder, maize silage. Isn't that diversification? Now, one of my major income sources is the selling of maize silage. I'm one of the large now seller of fodder. But that fodder is grown in the trees when they're still young. The mindset that this land, I must drain every coin out of it. I respect the collar investors. But as I say that by the time I leave, there will be some young people that will know that it came from an expert. That fixed income is risk-free, but in quotes. There are some countries, I don't want to be specific, but there are some countries, governments that have defaulted on payment. Argentina, Ghana, I think was on the verge recently. When the economic times become hard, the government, they cannot totally default, but they can postpone. So that business of digging one hole to fill up the other end, it will reach when there is one huge hole which cannot be filled. Therefore, when I am diversifying my portfolios, I know the space of fixed income and how good it is, but I must put my foot there, but not the entire body.